Good morning, Country Club of DC Ranch golfers. This is Dick Highland, and it is Thursday, the 23rd of May, and it's a nice day outside. It should only get to the 90s, so we have some play, and it's typically going out in the morning, and they can get finished at the same time that their buddies get finished, and that's a good thing. So we're excited that some people are still sticking around, and for those of you who have taken off for cooler climates, we're a little bit jealous, but we understand why you would do that. So we'll try and keep you as informed as we can throughout the summer with things that are happening at the club. So we have been winding down our tournament season, finalizing it with the men's U.S. Open qualifier that we had a couple weeks ago. And you should know that the course held its own. There was one player at 7 under, and then the balance of the 4 who will go on to the sectional in a couple weeks. They were at 4 under, so there was one at 7, one at 6, I think 2 at 4, and then the alternates were at 2. So, like I say, the club held its own, and the guys were absolutely baffled by the greens. They have no idea how to read them, but that just comes over time. Let's talk about our member guests that happened, just to remind some of those who might have taken off earlier. Our Desert Diamond Classic was won by Percy Anderson and her guest, Michelle Anderson. No relationship as best I know. And then that was followed by the Roundup. And the Roundup champions were member Howie Crone and Greg Steger. Nice job for those guys. Then the Stampede, John Roussel and Mitch Plesha, I believe is how he says his last name. So that's good. It's good work for John, who was coming back from a little bit of a hiccup illness-wise. So way to go, John. The ladies' gross champion for the year was Penny Rady. The ladies' net champion, Lori Moralia. The men's gross champion, Josh Cormany. The men's net champion was Justin Hoos. So they were your champions representing the club for this past year. The new calendars, some people have asked when they're coming out. We expect that the calendars for the year will come out within the next 2 weeks, and hopefully they will be all-encompassing to give you an idea of when you need to come back to the club and participate in some of our events. Coming up here in the next couple of weeks, I think it's important to put this on the front page of the conversation today, is our summer reciprocal program. And for those of you who might be new members, what this is a relationship program between the Country Club at DC Ranch and 9 other clubs throughout this North Valley, typically. And it's a relationship between the professionals. These are not in the bylaws. These are not in any rules and regulations. It's just a relationship whereby in the summer months, typically starting June 1 and going on through when the clubs close down for overseeding 72 hours in advance, I think it is, 4 days in advance, so I guess that'd be a little more than that. The professional shops would be making times between us and these other clubs, and I'll mention these other clubs. And there are forms that you have to fill out to keep everything on the prim and proper. And so, again, 4 days in advance, tee times can be made. They have to be made through the shop. You can't call the other clubs. The times are typically made between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. so that they can have a chance to get their members out early in the morning. And then later in the afternoon, they can play until 7 o'clock, and then carts have to be in as best we understand. The fees that would be charged for a member at a club, they would pay a guest fee of $75 inclusive, and that's typically what most of the clubs are charging. And then if you bring a guest with you, that guest fee would be $125 per round. And this privilege is open to Full Golf members and to Sports Social members who, according to your membership, you've got the privilege of having the availability to play every day until the end of the year. So Full Golf, Sports Socials, reciprocal play, and the clubs that we would have reciprocal with would be, and all of these documents should have been sent to you, and I believe they did via 4Ts, but some people like to hear it a little bit more than they read it. So here are the clubs up here. We are aligned with Desert Mountain, Desert Highlands, Mirabel, Fire Rock, Pinnacle Peak, Terra Vita, Phoenix Country Club, Blackstone on the west side of town, and Gainey Ranch. And so you would just check them off. Here are the rules and regulations. Is the document that you would fill out, be it a member, be it a guest, and again, turn it in. And then as well, another document talking about the name of the requester, the email address, the date and time of the request, the players' names, etc., etc. So if you'd be so kind as to fill out these documents, these would really be helpful in us keeping a track of who's going where and who's coming here. Also coming up to give you some information, the golf shop takes summer hours, and the golf shop closes at 2 p.m., but a golf professional will be here until 4 p.m. We are open Tuesday through Saturday and closed on Mondays. The practice park is open from 7 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday, so that we can make time for the horseshoe to open up at 3 o'clock, as we typically have done. Maintenance dates closures. We are typically closed every Monday starting in May, except for Memorial Day and Labor Day. And on those 2 Mondays, we will take starting times from 8 a.m. to 9:40 on a double T start, so that we can get you out and get you back in for your families. We are closed on Monday, July the 8th through Monday, July 22nd. And that is when we typically do our blitz of golf course maintenance, where we do aerifications of the greens first so that they have 2 weeks to heal. And when we come back for open play on the 23rd of July, the greens should be better. The fairways will have been aerified. The roughs will be aerified. And so that's our time to ask you, if you're going to take a final vacation, that's the time to do it. Take the kids over to what I call DC West, which is Coronado over in San Diego, or wherever people go. Take your kids for the last time before schools open up in August, and come back and visit us on the 23rd. So that's when we do most of our aerifications. And then coming back on August 19th through the 20th, that's a Monday, Tuesday, we get more aerification done. And then on Monday, September the 23rd through Thursday, October 17th, we are closed for the entire overseeding program. And, we're hoping that it's going to be a good overseed coming up. We're going to try some different stuff throughout the golf course, different plots of grasses, so that we can get ready for what's hopefully impending in 2026, which would be the golf course renovation and whatever modifications Tom Lehman, the architect of choice, will be going through that program, which is likely to start in January of 2026. So we just want to start with some grass possibilities and see if we have anything better than what's available right now. So that'll happen in January of 2026. We should also say thank you to our members who played in the recent Folds of Honor charity golf tournament. And what that is, for not familiar with the Folds of Honor, it's a national organization whose mission is to support the spouses and children of those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom by granting educational scholarships to those in need since 2007. The Folds of Honor have granted over 52,000 scholarships and over $240 million to families of our fallen heroes. So we had a tournament last Monday. It was oversold, quite frankly, but we did end up taking 120 players, and that garnered $400,000 as a contribution for those who played in the Folds of Honor tournament that we had. Our last upcoming event that we've got on the 10th of June would be a qualifier for the U.S. Junior Championship. So we do try and support the allied associations like we did with the U.S. Open qualifier, like we will with the junior amateur qualifier, et cetera, to keep those relationships alive, which we definitely need. If you've got any other questions regarding anything, please let us know. And we are sitting in, yes, an air-conditioned office here, but as I told you, it is very, very nice outside. But I want to bring up a topic with you that I was asked about, and no, this is not a putting green, but I can talk to you about this. So I was watching one of the members practice the other day, and they were asking me what I saw. And here's what I saw. So let's talk about the ideal putting stroke. The ideal putting stroke would be one that if you have a center shafted putter, which is where this line would be, the putter swings back on a straight line and through on a straight line, because that's the way the putter would hang and swing. But most often we're recommending to people, as a right-handed player, they would align their ball up, as you can see the green stripe in the center of the ball, with the stripe that goes down the center of the putter head where the sweet spot of the club face is. And as they swing the putter head back, the putter head would swing ever so slightly to the inside, and you can see that the face opens up slightly, and then it returns squarely through the impact area. And then as the ball rolls, and you can see that the roll would be such that the line rolls straight. And then after impact, the putter blade would swing ever so slightly back to the inside again. So it would go without the ball there, ever so slightly inside, back to impact squarely, back to the inside, and that's the way that it would swing, as this is a heel shafted putter. Conversely, if you were left-handed, it would work just the opposite. It would go slightly back to the inside, it would come back from the inside to the impact area, and then back around. And that's typically the shape that the putter swings. You can see the green is for a righty, it goes back inside to the impact area, back inside. For a lefty, the blue, it goes slightly back to the inside, back through. And what we don't want to see happen is that it goes this way, because what the fellow was doing the other day was he was taking the putter head back slightly to the outside, coming across it, the face was left open, and the ball kept rolling to the right. So we want to clean that up, little inside, back to square, back to inside. And for a lefty, it goes just the opposite. So again, these are just some things to think about. And as I was standing on the putting green edge, I was saying to the fellow, okay, look, if you don't have any tools with you, what I'd recommend is you take the outside edge of the collar where it meets the green, and you follow that edge with your putter going this way. And then you could turn around, and if you could imagine this, that the other side of the collar goes where the putting green side is, slightly inside. You follow it, and you follow it back to the inside. So there are ways that you can get this done. I just want to make sure that you all understand that. Again, if you've got any questions, please let us know. It's been a while since we've gotten together, but we wanted to talk about the reciprocal program, a little bit of golf, and anything else that you've got in mind, please let us know. I should also close with this. You have been asked by our golf committee via the USGA to the fact that when you post your scores, we're asking you post it hole by hole. It'll take you an extra 20 seconds. If you don't have any idea of how to do this or would like some help, we'd be glad to help you. But not only just posting your score, but posting it hole by hole. The weather's still great down here, folks. I know you took off. You took off a little bit early. The courses are, we're playing maybe 65 players during the week and maybe 80 on the weekend. So the mad rush of in-season is over. But we hope you come back to visit us, and you hope to stay in touch with us via the videos. And we'll try and do a job every other week. So keep that in mind. Let us know what you got. Thank you.